Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Once again, I'm your very intelligent, beautiful host, Uluwaberi, and with me is...
My name is Okovu James.
Yes, today we're going to be talking about gender equality balance. I'm very sure it sounds like a new terminology to some of you, and for those of you that know about it, we'll be shedding more light and bringing more clarity to the topic. Mr. James, what do you understand by gender equality balance?
Okay, the thing with gender is there are people who really want to belong somewhere, but whether you want it or you like it or you prefer it or not, naturally you're created to be one of this gender. Either you're a male or you're a female, in spite of the fact that our society is now projecting something else other than the usual male and female we know. When we talk about equality, we are looking at bringing both genders, both the male and the female, to rank the same, should I say, at some point, where there will be no discrepancies or discrimination to say, I am a man and this is supposed to belong to me. You are a woman. Or you hear some people say, and she's even a woman, for crying out loud. Or you are a woman for that matter. You know, people believe those things like that. So I feel that gender equality is getting to a point where, or getting to a level where we look at the man and the woman to be the same, because biologically we came from equal rates where there were 23 chromosomes from the daddy and 23 from mommy to make 46 to become a human being.
Yeah, that's very, very profound. I like the fact that you said it's bringing both the male and the female to have, equal opportunities, equal resources, equal views of, both genders, not raising a gender above the other or making one seem more significant than the other. And it's quite interesting because, not because I'm a woman, but from history, they would usually say that we are the disadvantaged group, and now it's like,
I don't even think women are disadvantaged.
Initially it was. I don't know how true, because I used to hear the stories of how that, even then the female gender could not go to school, she has to have duties in the kitchen and things like that. There were people who actually fought for these things and spoke up about it, that they also had access to school. Like, if a guy can go to school, they can also go to school. Even about voting, at some point I heard that only the male gender could vote. After a while we started voting. Maybe
even in scriptures males were counted and women weren't.
Yeah, right, together with women and children. It was the male that was really, we really don't know. But I'm just saying, from history, it just seems like the female gender has always been disadvantaged. And I feel like that was the reason why things like feminism, all those feminist movements, and right now, I don't know, but right now it seems that we have people working to create opportunities for women in tech, women in this, women in edu, STEM girls and things like that. I would not say STEM boys yet.
If I don't want to say I know, I will say I suspect, or let me say I claim that the story have changed. Women are not in charge. The narrative, thank God you agree. Because there's a way you and I will be on the street now. Let's say you are stranded and I'm stranded, and then a man could come pick you and leave me there stranded. They believe that once you're a man, our own part of the story is not always heard, where there's this girls' rights, feminism and all of that. Even if it is a woman who rapes a man, the man will go in for it, because society will always believe that the woman gender is soft or is weak, and the man is always
the problem is, because we really shouldn't be like that.
Okay,
if it's a situation where both parties are at fault, I think that the fault should be shared. You understand? Not that the man has to suffer or the woman has to suffer. The narrative has changed, yes, but I would not agree with the school of thought that the narrative has changed to esteem
to favor the girl child.
No, it's favoring both genders.
Okay.
Really, it is. So that's the balance we're talking about. So if you're amongst those who, you're esteeming a gender above another gender, creating more opportunities for a particular gender above another gender, or more resources for a particular gender above another gender, you have to stop it now. Okay, it's a balance. We're bringing that balance to ensure that both genders are having equal opportunities, equal rights, equal access to opportunities, or equal access to platforms and incentives, beautiful things like that. Yeah.
Okay. But do you think that is possible? You think it will work that easy?
Well, change is not easy.
Because I am an African, okay? I've always believed that as a man or as a male child, you are already growing with a certain understanding that your sisters in the house are already supposed to be attached to some duties, and that you are a man. As an African, you have to hustle to bring the food to the table. When it gets to the table, the woman is in charge. Those things may look minor, but I tell you the truth, they are very vital. So if you have a child or you have two children, a girl and a boy, it gets to a point where the boy child will know that I am in charge. There's this thing they used to say, you don't talk to me like that in this house because this is not your house. I'm going to sell you out one day. I will let you go, and then you be another man's name. I am the one who owns it. In fact, there are cultures where as a female child you don't have inheritance.
Wow.
Yes, you don't. The inheritance is left for the males.
Okay.
As you're married and you're gone, your own is over from the family. They dash you out. They give you out.
Not that they give, not dash.
I know you complain about that. So I'm really asking, I don't know what your thoughts are. Gender equality balance.
Is it possible?
Is it possible? What do you think?
Well, I think that it is, but it's going to take a long time to see the change, manifest. And that's why we're taking these little steps to at least push out those contents that we can start from somewhere. It's our own contribution to let people know that you can have a mindset where equity, equality, is really what is driving you. I don't think we should, in this age and time, we should still keep favoring a gender above another gender.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's possible. But
so feminism is right? Because I'm asking that question because I see where we used to have...
It's a dicey topic, honestly, because I feel like it has been abused. It wasn't... Well, what I believe was that the original intent of feminism was to protect the female gender and to have access to rights.
Good.
Many people have abused this, okay? Because one time I was watching a video, the guy, I think the lady was drowning. Was it a video, a comment or something around that, field? That the lady was drowning, the guy saved her, and then she was like, why did he touch her? You get things like that, very funny stuff like that. So it has been abused, okay? But I feel that the original intent of feminism was just to protect the female gender and have access to rights as well.
I'm asking that question because I've seen where people who claim to be feminists will tell you, in fact they take it so high or so deep that they say there's no point getting married to a man. You are a woman and you are capable, and all of those stories. At the end of the day, they fall for a man. And then you begin to ask questions. Shebi, now they do what?
They just happen to be in love.
They happen to be in love in your words. And then you now begin to ask questions like, Shebi, now you will tell us all this. By that time, she might have, because they're always women, she might have misled other persons that cannot be, how do I put it now, she will not be able to go back and tell them that, okay, I've chosen a different path to come back, restoration. Those ones will now take their own path and suffer
that's
it.
The negative side of people like that, the old feminist movement on the negative view. But what we are saying really is the original idea should be about both genders having equal access and equal opportunity. But I have a question.
Okay.
So what determines the access or the responsibility of a particular gender above the other? Because it seems like it's a society, but I just find it very interesting. What determines that responsibility that a lady should be the one in the kitchen? That is, we giving you access to your space. You're the one in charge there, and the guy should be the one doing the work or things like that. Because if we're talking about balance, I feel like it cuts across both opportunities, responsibilities, access to platforms and resources. But what determines what favors this person and both favors, the other gender? Like, do you get the question?
Will you allow your husband cook when you marry?
If he wants to, I will.
If he wants to?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to start by saying that it starts from the family, where parents originally place their children. Have you noticed that a girl child, once she starts growing, even at that little or that young age, it gets to a point where she decides to begin to fold cloth, hold like babies, or she would like to gather or carry on the back or gather small sticks and then begin to make comments like, my children have not eaten and all of this.
Right.
You get it.
You pluck leaves and then you grind them and say
Your
you're
head.
for.
So I feel that while it runs
God.
naturally at some point, it is being groomed by family, because if we begin to see those things, that's why it is easy for you to have children, males and females, and then you see them playing different roles and character. You could see that the man is, I don't know, for boys, sometimes the girls look like they are more exposed, so they begin to do some things that look a little funny or tricky, over taking advantage over the boys until the boys now become exposed. So I feel that to an extent it is natural, it runs inside. In fact, when you become a complete human being, although life begins at conception, when you come out, you now see that, oh, this structure means I'm a man, structure makes me a woman, and then the family grooms it. And then while the family is doing its role, playing its role, the society will now tell you. There are people whose job is to tap palm wine. They plant palm trees, tap palm wine. I don't know if you know palm wine. You hardly see women tapping palm wine, right? It appears as if the issue of transporting, that is taxi and keke business or whatever, is left for the guys. But women are actually going into it. If you're a woman in that business, it looks like this is strange. There are people who are...
There's this orientation that if you see a woman who is in taxi, it must mean that her husband is not hardworking, or
you see all of those kind of stereotypes.
Honestly, because sometimes, why is it shocking to find a woman driving a taxi?
You see, so that is it for me. I feel that it is natural. The family grooms it, and then the society projects it and presents it to be that you are a male, this is your role, gender roles. You're a woman or you're a female, these are the things that are expected from you. If you do otherwise, have you gone to a salon where you have a woman or a lady coming to cut your hair as a man? When you're looking at that, you're saying, you won't bab me. I beg you.
Yes, so it's quite a very dicey topic. But I just want to ask, what are recommendations that you have that we can actually help to, achieve that gender balance? Recommendations, like what would you recommend that maybe organizations, families, the government, societal bodies, what can we do, or even individuals, what can we do to achieve that gender balance?
You see, in all of this we are saying, Ambassador, if you tell me that this gender equality or gender balance you're talking about is about 50-50 ratio, I will never accept it.
No, come on, no.
I will not, because before we get to that level, maybe trumpet don't sound, we don't go ever. Because there are people who, when you give them opportunity, they will not play it well. It becomes a problem again. If you say this whole thing is going to be 50-50, both of us are husband and wife, not both of us before person arrest me. Both of us are married, and then you are the man, you have to play your role as a man. You do this, do that, and do this. You are a woman, you are the wife of the house, you must do this, and do that. If for any reason, maybe one person is down in health or something happens and the person fails, it becomes a problem in the house. Meanwhile, this thing is supposed to be complementary. I'm a man of the house, and then you are not feeling well. You should not be the one as the wife or as a wife to sweep always, and then my role is you will never sweep. Visitors are coming, I'm busy cooking in the kitchen, I'm running to take care of Junior, I have to do this other thing, I have to attend to visitors, and then I have to sweep. There will be no wisdom in it. So I'm saying that there should be sensitization where people are being educated and exposed to understand that even though you're a man, you can help your wife to cook. Even though you have mixed sex or gender of children, you can tell them that, Junior, you can help your sister in the kitchen, so that you not come back from school and you just fold your hands and sit there and wait for your sister to bring food for you. When that kind of sensitization goes on in our communities, in our families, in our churches and all, people will now understand that, okay, we are human beings, right? I can help you, you can help me. And then besides sensitization and education, I think there should be a change in perspective. It looks like the B part of it, right? Where people be willing to change. Let it be that this has always been the pattern or the nature of things, but we can actually change and it will not be a sin. We can actually change and we will not die. We can actually change and things will be better. I think that will make sense. That's
Yeah, it's very profound. And you know the thing, education really is the foundation of almost everything. So we get out there, have people sensitized about this topic, have people educated, and encourage them to accept change. Yes, so viewers, we are looking forward to your comments in the comment section. And before you go, you have to like, you have to subscribe, and you have to share this content. I remain Oluwaburi, and
my name is Okoro James.
thank you for joining us today. Have a great day.